one of the narratives that has to be chiseled away out of suburban Christianity is the idea that what's uppermost in God's heart for you is safety. Here's what Jesus guarantees you. You ready? Security. What's the difference between safety and security? Regardless of what befalls your life, you are secure in Christ. Your eternity is secure. God's care for you is secure. You will never be outside of his security. And yet, the history of the people of God is we run into places that are dangerous because it is there that our people are hurt and wounded and in desperate need of the love of Jesus. We are not to be driven by fear. Perfect love casts out fear.
Why so much fear? Well, the uncertainty. This financial crisis, this pandemic, the corruption, the fake news, the conspiracies. You name it, it is happening. Here's the bottom line. Faith and fear are often described as opposites. But in reality, that is not how it works. The kind of fear that the Bible so often addresses, whether positively or negatively. I think of positive fear as the command to fear the Lord. Or negatively, I think of Jesus rebuking the disciples and warning them against fearing those who can kill the body, fearing circumstances, fearing man. So whether positive or negative, that fear is born out of faith. So follow me here, friends. It is that fear that results from a promise or a threat that we believe. So we either believe in God's goodness, we believe in who he is, and we fear him and we follow him, we obey him, or we fear the threat. We fear our circumstances. We fear what's going on around us. And it is the level of fear in this world right now that tells me that we believe more in the threats, we believe more in our circumstances and everything that's going on around us than we do in God's promises. My friends, God is in control of all of this.
See, when you make the plan of God for your life to be non-heroic, you know what I'm saying? By non-heroic, that what God has for you is the memorization of some texts and to be morally well-behaved and then to just sit on your couch and read Christian books and try not to do bad things. What a pathetic version of the Christian life. What's it mean to be a Christian? To not be bad. No, thank you. First of all, it's not biblical. Secondly, that's terribly boring.
This is why there's so much fear today. And in followers of Jesus, we are not off the hook. Maybe it's those of us that are living comfortably and really haven't really truly been tested, or maybe it's those of us that are just living that casual Christian lifestyle and we're just going through the motions. And the issue with being a casual Christian is casual Christians will be casualties. We must do better. We've got to stop living this casual Christian life, because as hard times come, as trials, storms come your way, you will not endure. Jesus said, those who persevere, those who stand firm, those who endure till the end will be saved.
It's not what God has called you to. Be safe. That's not his call. His call, I'm with you, let's go. Like there's something in us that yearns for the heroic. And I'm not talking about you being William Wallace. You tracking? Right? That's not what I'm about. We've been created and made by God to be in the muck and the mire. To be in it. It's in that place we realize we're not God. And that he is. We learn that we're powerless and he is powerful. And that's more comforting to the soul than it sounds. It's not comforting to your ego, but it's comforting to the soul.
So what has God called us to? Well, as followers of Jesus, we're called to live in faith, not fear. We're called to serve, not self-preserve. We're called to risk, not retreat. We have to be very careful not to confuse being cautious with being cowardly. We are to go when others say stay, and we're to stay when others say to leave. We are to stand with the poor. We are to stand with the sick. We are to stand with the suffering. We are to stand with the weak, the lost. We're to die so that others may live. Followers of Jesus hang out in the slums, touch lepers, hang out with the unreached, the rejects, the outcasts of society. Followers of Jesus, they open their mouths and they say what's unpopular. I mean, followers of Jesus take up crosses and lay down lives. Followers of Jesus shine the brightest when the world is the darkest. So because of this hidden, unseen virus, the entire world recoils in fear. I mean, this is an opportunity, an unprecedented opportunity for the glory of Christ to be shown to the nations through his church, through his body, through you and me. So I want to challenge you right now to think about what Jesus died for. He died for this church, for you and me to be dangerous. So let's take this opportunity to be the ones who risk, to be the ones who serve, to be the ones who touch, to be the ones who bless, to mingle, the ones that give. Let's be the ones who travel across the street to the uttermost and the unengaged, to the undeserved. I mean, let's be the ones who show no fear. So will you join me and rise up when the world needs us most?